What's going on, Sports Wars? It's your coach, Big Ooch, and I'm here looking at some game film from the Buccaneers and Saints Sunday afternoon showdown. Tom Brady making his debut as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' new quarterback, leaving New England behind for greener pastures out in old Tampa, Florida. But I tell you what, them Bucs, they got a left tackle problem, and his name is Donovan Smith, the $41.5 million left tackle, a premier money for a premier position in the NFL. And I tell you what, boys, he went out there and stunk it up on Sunday afternoon against them Saints. They say, who that? I say, he that. He the one you want to run to when they're trying to get you a quick sack on Tom Brady. Let's take a look at the film. All right, first play. All right, we're starting in the run game. And here we got two tight ends in the game for the Bucs. Tom Brady, the mastermind that he is, he makes a great audible. They're audible to an outside zone run with their newly acquired Leonard Fournette out of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we're going to take a look and see how this whole offensive line played it with the angles. And then let's take a look at Donovan Smith and see how he plays it and why these boys lost 4 yards on an easy outside zone scheme run against a nickel defense at that. My goodness, look at the angles here. When you're running outside zone, your angles gotta be on point. Everybody's shoulder should be on the same line as the running backs. He's at a 45-degree angle to the left. That means center, guards, tackles. You gotta run off the ball at a 45-degree angle and have your running backs back. My God, Donovan Smith, look at your second step. It doesn't even touch the ground by the time you make contact. And you got no power when you can't get both your feet on the ground. Goodness gracious, son, you can't get beat like that on the outside zone. You gotta get your feet on the ground. Your second step has to explode into the ground. That gives you the leverage, that gives you the power, that gives you the kind of push you need to get some movement on the defensive line. When your foot's left up in the air, all that's gonna do is get you knocked on your ass. And that's what happens right here. My goodness, look at this, man. Everybody has the inside help for their offensive lineman to their left, but it can't help you if you're getting beat right off the rip. You got to get your second foot in the ground so the running back can feel comfortable running up in a gap and running up through the lane because you're running on the same track he is. I tell you what, he just ate your lunch, Donovan Smith. My goodness, son, you can't look like that on film. You got to get your feet on the ground. You got to get your hands underneath. You got to have your eyes inside, and you got to drive your feet on that angle. You got to move them so the running back has an option on where he wants to run the ball. My goodness. You get a minus on this play, son. You get a minus. My God, son, look at your feet. I tell you what, son, you got to do better than that with your feet. What are your feet doing, son? You got to get your legs down. You got to have balance. I tell you what, your offensive line coach has got to be sweating bullets like a Jezebel in Sunday school, because this ain't going to cut it, son. That's effort. That's effort, son. You got to give effort, son. My goodness. Sweet Mother Mary and Joseph. What is this man doing? You gotta use your hands or you're not playing patty cake out here, son. You gotta come with some aggression. This is professional football, son. This ain't no powder puff, but you look like a cheesecake out there. Come on now. All right, now, let's get a good block. Let's get a good set. Bend your knees. Get your knees bent. Get your hands up. Get ready to play some football. Sweet baby Jesus. What is this man doing? You can't flush a turd in a toilet with this kind of blocking. You can't be blocking for the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL and have him out there like a deer in the wind with his ass in the air. This man is out here running for his life and he can't think twice. What are you doing out there, Donovan Smith? Get it together, son. Get it together. Sweet baby Jesus. Somebody call Tom Brady's wife. Tell her they're going to need a little bit more on his life insurance policy, because this boy Donovan Smith is out here about to get this man killed. I tell you what. Goodness gracious, Donovan Smith, what are you doing here? Get your hands on him. Strike the man when you want to make a block in pass protection. I tell you what, you keep playing like this, your O-line coach gonna have to put his house up for sale by the winter. You can't win games like that, son. You gotta get your feet on the ground. You gotta have some balance. You gotta have some wherewithal about you, and you gotta strike a man when you wanna block him, because this ain't gonna cut it. This is the NFL, son. Come on now, this ain't rocket science. It's football. How do I turn this off? How do I turn this off? My goodness, this man is bad.